Are you familiar with the quadratic formula? It is probably best to memorize the formula for future use.
The quadratic formula is used to find the roots of a quadratic equation. You can only apply the quadratic formula when the equation is quadratic in form. A quadratic equation takes the form of a times x squared plus b times x plus c equal to 0.
The letters R, B, and C are coefficients.
Again, remember that you cannot use the quadratic formula if the equation is not in quadratic form. When we apply the quadratic formula, we are solving for the two roots of the quadratic equation. Look at the formula above. The first root takes the positive sign. The second root takes the negative sign. Let us find the roots of this equation, but first answer this. Is this a quadratic equation?
Actually, it is. It is the same form as the one above for quadratic. Now that we know it is quadratic, let's determine the coefficients. Coefficient A is the coefficient of x squared, so it is 1. Coefficient B is -5, and C is +3.
We will put these coefficients into the quadratic formula.
When using the quadratic formula, be careful not to miss the negative sign of B.
Carefully insert the coefficients into the quadratic formula.
Perform the operation like addition and subtraction when necessary.
The first root is 5 plus square root of 13 divided by 2. The second root is 5 minus square root of 13 divided by 2. These are our answers. Let us try this problem. Is this a quadratic equation?
If we compare this equation with the quadratic equation form above, we can say that this is indeed a quadratic equation.
Coefficient A is 4, coefficient B is -6, and C is +2.
Put these coefficients into the quadratic formula so we could solve the roots. Be extra careful not to miss the negative or positive signs of the coefficients.
To solve the first root, use the positive sign, so it is 6 plus 2 divided by 8, and the first root is 1. To solve the second root, use the negative sign, so it is 6 minus 2 divided by 8, and the second root is 1/2. Here is the next equation. Is this equation in quadratic form? The answer is not yet, but we can rewrite it to make it in a quadratic form. We simply move 11 to the other side, and as a rule, we changed its sign to -11. Now this one is a quadratic equation. Let us find the coefficients. The coefficients are 1, 4, and -11. You probably know the next step, and that is put those coefficients into the quadratic formula. Let us discuss what is about to happen here. We rewrite 60 as 15 times 4. Why do we do this? So we could take the square root of 4 and further simplify this.
The roots are -2 plus the square root of 15 and -2 minus the square root of 15. Solve this problem on your own. Pause this video first. Once you are done, proceed to the end of the video for the answer.